Hello my friend, it's yet another day and I've decided to put up yet another video. Quite a topic that I'm so eager to share with you, and this is on reconciling with the ghosts of your failed business. Now you might be wondering, okay, it's a failed business, so why do I need to reconcile with the ghosts? Well, because they're there, that's the first thing. You know, this is the third time I'm putting up a business, and I started in 2006. After I left my first employment in a new country, I felt that I wanted to put up a business because I was not very comfortable going on with what I was doing. I just wanted to put up something that I'd enjoy doing, something I would be passionate about, something that I would run with everything in me without being restricted, because I felt that in my employment I wasn't able to execute specific things in the manner that I felt was better or would be exciting for a client. And a year down the line, this business came crumbling down. And I'm thinking, by now you're thinking like, yeah, that's what you get. Well, after I came down, I actually came down bitterly because I was bitter. I had regrets. I had debts like up to here. Really many debts. It was a bad case. It was a bad case. Anybody who I could owe, I owed them. And everybody who could look for me was actually looking for me because I owed them. I had to sell quite a number of my property. Actually, quite a number of what I owned in that business, I sold it to my employee. That sounds sarcastic, doesn't it? I mean, you hire someone and by the time you're closing down because you're into debt, they actually buy you out. Now that should tell you something. There was a lot of negligence on my side. And that's why I have 3 L's. I have 3 L's that I'd want us to look into while reconciling with the ghosts of your business. Now, there's something that I call the failed business syndrome. It is what I had that made me come down to these 3 L's. Being able to get over that failed business syndrome. Now, the first L is to learn the lesson. You must be wondering, it's a failed business, it's a failed business. Well, come to think of it, it failed. So, what went wrong? And you know, for me to be able to pick up the business, after the 1 year when I failed, 9 months I was down trying to pick myself up, while I was trying to also pay back my debts. I had to make deals. But there are 10 things that I learned from my failed business. 10 things that I'd want to share with you quickly. Now, I've written an article on medium.com. It is the 10 deadly plagues that are killing your startup. These are the 10 things that I learned from my first business. And upon these 10 points, I'm writing a book. Now, I'll go quick through them very fast. The first thing that I learned about my failed business, what actually killed my first business, is that I took so long to finish a client's work. When I was given a computer to repair, I'm a computer technician by profession for my first 13 years after I left college. I actually focused on only that, repairs of computers and building computer networks. And I realized that the first thing that I went wrong in my business was that I took forever to clear the client's business. If they brought in a computer, it would take me 3 days instead of just 6 hours. I just don't understand why I did that. I think it's a very stupid thing to do, and I hope you're not doing it. The second thing that I did is that I kept postponing the client's work. Now, a bit of pride here. I felt that I was the only one in this village. It was such a huge village in a very hot country. I felt that, you know, what's the use? I could call the client at 2 o'clock when we were supposed to meet at 3 and tell them, guess what? I'm not going to be able to make it. And you know what? There wasn't anything important that I was doing. I was just simply postponing out of stupidity. The third thing that I realized that I was doing, the third plague that killed my business, was to repeat mistakes on projects. When I was supposed to simply service a machine, especially a printer, instead of completing the work and going on, I just left it, you know, not complete. So the client would come back and complain, and then I'd have to redo it again. And remember, whenever you redo a job, mostly you don't get paid because it's your fault that it was not done in the first place. So repeated mistakes also killed my business. The fourth plague was doing the work to my own tastes, and that's a terrible thing. Remember, when a client comes consulting, they're not asking you to do it to your taste. You're supposed to look at their needs. You're supposed to find out what does the client really want and do it as they want. The fifth one was ignoring record keeping. Now this is so weird. I actually had an employee, a lady who I always insisted, I actually gave her a book, an A4 book where she could record anything and everything that was going on in the cyber cafe. which was my business. I had a cyber cafe with a repair workshop at the back of it. Now, her area was well documented. Every person who sat by the computer to do some research, that was documented clearly. Money collected, who did not pay, who paid. She actually followed up and collected the money. However, on my side, I did not document my area. I did not do record keepings on my side, and I never did the end of day or end of week reconciliation to see how far I had worked and whether I was making a profit or a loss. I should have seen this by the 6th month that there was something wrong with the business. Of course, I only found out this after the business had closed. That's what pride does to someone. If you think record keeping is such a bad idea, try ignoring it and see how fast you come down. The 6th plague is running without a mentor. Let me tell you one thing. I had just one person, telling myself how to do the business, how to run the business. I didn't have anybody to consult with. I didn't have anybody to guide me. So what happened is, because I didn't have a mentor, I didn't have anyone to answer to. I didn't have someone to actually run my points across. So I was there just running the business by myself. I hope you're getting yourself a mentor. The 7th plague was failing to market my products. Now, this is where it goes nasty wrong. What happened is, I was in this huge village, and I felt that I was the only person running a cyber cafe and a printing shop and a repair shop. So what happened is, I was expecting them to find me because I'm right by the roadside. Let me tell you what. Just because you got a perfect location of your business, physical location will not market you on its own. You need to get out there and go and look for the people. You need to go and tell the people. The general public is not your public. Everybody does not require a cyber cafe. Some people could actually serve at home. So the general public is never your target market, your public, and you have to define your public. Those are the people that need to know, and you need to go and find them. You need to go and tell them that you're running the business. The 8th thing is not having a plan to progress. After I put up the cyber cafe and I got the first job, I felt, okay, fine, we're going to run the cyber cafe, and that's it. That was a stupid thing to do. Believe me, it was a stupid thing to do. So what happened is, because I didn't have the plan to progress, I stopped progressing. I was just there, stagnant. And of course, with time, I started nosediving. The 9th plague, undercharging my products. Now, 2-3 months down the line, where I used to buy the ink, my printer ink, that gentleman put up a business, similar business, copy paste, a cyber cafe. He hired a repair guy, and he was doing printing, he was doing funeral programs and all sorts of programs, exactly what I was doing. You know the stupid thing that I did? I lowered the price at my shop. So where I should have been charging 2 puller, I was actually charging less. And that's not a bright thing to do. You don't lower the prices. You know why you set those prices there. Why would you lower your prices? When you lower your prices, you lower your profits. Is it really worth it? Wouldn't it have better for me to go out and market even more and even make my shop more desirable? Maybe even put something up that will help the clients want to stay in my shop. Clients came in and they saw my prices were lower, so they sat. However, I was making less profit. And the 10th thing, the 10th plague, was actually ignoring criticism. Clients would come in on a hot day and they would tell me, oh, I wish we had a fund. Now, I put up a fund because it was for my own good, it was not for their good. But they started complaining about lack of drinks. They wanted cool drinks they could take as they were waiting for the other person to surf the internet, because we only had like 3 computers. And I ignored that. I started giving myself excuses. For me to have a fridge, I'll need to get another license, a liquor license. Yet I had a computer repairs and maintenance license. And I was just lazy. I ignored the criticism, and guess what? My business came crumbling down. So those are the 10 plagues that killed my business. And I hope they're not killing your startup. Now you go to medium.com and check for this article that I wrote, 10 deadly plagues that are killing your startup. Read that. In my culture, we say, now even when the house is burning down, don't miss out on the warmth of the house. You know, there's that warmth of the fire. Don't miss out on it. In reality, what these people are telling us is that don't miss out on learning the lesson. What burnt down your business? So learn the lesson. That's the first L. The second L is let go. Why would you want to continue clinging on to something that has failed? It's gone, it's gone. You've learned the lesson now. It's time to let it go. Don't hold on the loss. It's the loss of a business. It is not the loss of your life. You still got your life to live. Now you need to let the closure of your business RIP, rest in peace. Let it rest in peace. You know, it is the failing of your business. It's a season. And when that season ceases to exist, you need to say goodbye. You need to let the ghosts go. You need to embrace a new season. Don't cling on it. You know, the first month after I closed my business, I remember saying to a friend, my friend Carol, you know what, I'll never start a business again. You know, cyber cafes is a no good business. I'll never go back there again. Well, I haven't gone back to cyber cafes, but I'm back in business. I kept telling myself, you know, running a business is a bad idea. So I even tried getting employed, and it wasn't working. So let it go. RIP your old business. Let it rest in peace and move on. The third L, and this is the most beautiful of it all, while reconciling with the ghost of your failed business, the third L is live on. Live on. Once you've learned the lesson, you've let go of the ghost of the past, now get yourself a life. There's always life after death. The death of your business. You need to live on. You need to continue. Having learned your lesson, now the question is, what have you learned that will help you live on? The first thing is to seize any opportunity that comes in. You know, the funny thing, in my case, I could see opportunities. You know, they were there like snapping their fingers. Yeah, me here, madam, me here. You know, they were asking me to execute them, but I was sitting there and mourning the first month. And I mourned for actually 9 months. 9 months before I could put up another shop. Now, funny enough, I put up another shop, and it was a cyber cafe, but in a different style altogether because I had learned the lesson. I got over the mourning. And when I got over the mourning, it was so interesting that I actually started noticing other things that I could do, and I could do them differently. The living on helped me to realize that now that I had lost the first business, I was much wiser after analyzing the lessons. I knew what the do's were and the don'ts of a cyber cafe. And by the way, that business ran for another 2 years before we could leave the country with my family. And I came back home. Now, this is the strangest thing about seizing opportunities because you've chosen to live on. When I came back home, I saw one opportunity that I fell in love with. I asked myself, I'm so talkative, and people are asking me about my past. Why can't I use that as an opportunity to, one, carry out motivational speaking, and two, to actually do business mentorship? Today, I do both. And with my IT consultancy, I no longer just do repairs of computers. I've learned how to design websites. I've learned how to do online presence management, which is actually one of the other things that I do in my business. So now I have a business that runs 3 things. My final services business runs 3 things. One is IT consultancy. The other thing is business mentorship and motivational speaking. The IT consultancy has grown. Instead of putting up a cyber cafe, I do the repairs. I do advise people on what kind of equipment to have in their offices. I also design their websites, and I go ahead and do online presence management for them. I run their online profiles. Now think about it. Imagine if I didn't get out of it. Imagine if I went straight and got the employment. Where would I be? Look at the people that I do projects with. Today, I'm not hiring. I don't hire people as such. What I do is that I engage them in teams to do work, and when that project is over, we move on to another project. So instead of hiring one constant person, I help them grow their own businesses, and then we can do work as a team. It's very interesting that it only happened after I got over it. I saw an opportunity to mentor people. I mentor businesses way, very wide scope. Because I've noticed that the same templates that killed my business are killing other people's businesses. So even when I meet what we call here in Kenya mama mboga, the people who are running the grocery businesses in small scale, when I meet them, I take them through these 10 steps, and I help them pick out what's best, what will work out for them. I tell them pick 5 and work on those. Pick 5 plates and work them out. Don't let them bring down your business. Now, when you reconcile with the ghost of your failed business, you get over the failed business syndrome, you'll be able to see opportunities that you you could have never seen. Let me tell you what, I walk down the streets and I see people that I'm doing projects with. And every time I come across these people, I tell myself, it would have been a shame to meet these same ladies and gentlemen every day searching for jobs, whereas I owe them those jobs? Ask yourself that question. Is there someone you know who is looking for a job? Could it be that because you gave up on your first business, because you gave up learning the lesson, because you gave up letting go of the ghosts of your failed business, could it be that you owe them a project? Their source of living is actually tied down to your refusal to let go of the past, your refusal to reconcile with the ghost of the failed business. What are you going to do today? You know, it could be your sibling. They're waiting for you to pick up from where you stopped. To rekindle your passion, rekindle that passion, come back, get that confidence once again. Face the ghost of your past and analyze what brought down your business. Learn the do's and don'ts, let go, and then live on. Now, my name is Magdalene Kamau. I'm talking to you from Mombasa in Kenya. It would be my joy to know how you're handling the ghosts of your failed business. As I prepare to complete my second book, my first book is Millions of Robots. My second book is on failed businesses. I want to be able to read or to hear from you what you're doing about the past or the past business. What are you doing? Where is your passion? Where is your confidence? Because all those are tied to your success. I hope to see you again, and I hope you go ahead and face the ghost of your failed businesses. Let's talk again sometime, and hopefully next week. Bye.